You're not a business, you're not a church, you're not a charity, but you need a personal vehicle that can move lots of cargo and lots of people. So obviously the normal choices are minivans, the Honda Odysseys, Toyota Sienna, all great choices, or maybe full-size SUVs like a Chevy Suburban, or our own product, the Ford Expedition Max. But I got another proposition for you, and it begins with a T. It's called the Ford Transit. Hi, this is Joe from Scarff, Ford and Isuzu, and today we're going to talk about this 2023 Transit-350. Let's dive in. I'm not a stranger to these transit vans at all, not because I work at a Ford retailer. I've only been working at a Ford retailer for a little over a year, but I've owned a Ford Transit very similar to this, a 2016, for about 8 years. I bought it with 16,000 miles. I have 76,000 miles on it, and it's been a fantastic vehicle for me. And a lot of people ask me, you know, Joe, you only have 2 kids, you only have a wife and a dog. Why do you need a 12-passenger van? And they look at me with dazed looks. Well, yeah, at first it might seem kind of crazy for a person that's not a church or doesn't have 8 kids to have a big van like this. Well, guess what? It really isn't as big as you think it is. In fact, this has a similar footprint as a Ford F-150. Lots of people daily drive Ford F-150s. And unlike the Ford F-150, it's not built on a heavy-duty truck frame like its old, like its granddad, the Ford Econoline. The Ford Transit is a full-size van rethought out, inspired by the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van. It's actually built on unibody architecture, a lot more like a car. So when you drive this thing, it's actually really nice to drive. It's like driving a big minivan. It has very nice driving dynamics. I actually love driving my Transit van. You have a high up commanding view of the road. You have great visibility. You feel safe, you're up high. My family's up high. Let's take a look at the seating position in this thing. See how high these seats are? So you're sitting higher above the impact zone than in other vehicles in a sedan where the impact zone's a lot lower. Obviously it's a little bit top heavy because it's a van, but it's not as top heavy as you think. It actually handles really nicely. And the other thing is, it's not always has to be a 12-passenger van. Ford makes these seats extremely easy to use. I can take 3 of these seats out. So there's 3 rows of seating. So I can take 3 of these seating sections out myself on my own. I worked out a system. It's not, maybe you need a helper. I can do it in about 10 minutes, likewise put it back. So you can easily take these seats out, and guess what? It's like a giant cargo van. It's like a giant pickup truck with a huge canopy. You want to get a 75-inch TV in the rainy weather like this? Well, you don't want to put that in your pickup bed. You have fancy tools. You went on a big Costco trip, you have lots of nice stuff. You don't want to put it exposed in the pickup bed where people can steal it or it's going to get rained on. It's nice and secure here in the back of your van. When you want to do a dump run, you don't have to worry about paying a fine for a not properly secured load because everything's secured back here. You just throw a tarp down back here, a heavy-duty tarp, and you can fill it up with junk on a dump run. How about getting a Christmas tree? Look at all those knuckleheads having to spend 10 minutes tying their Christmas tree to the roof. You throw a plastic sheet back here, toss a tree back here, you're good to go. I know, because I've done it. This one also has these nice power attracting running boards as well. And the thing is, you can remove those 2 rows of seats back there and this row of seat, and you have a ton of cargo space. You have as much space, more space than most pickup trucks. Yeah, you can still have this seat here and these seats here. You can still sit up to 6 people. And of course, if you want to take this seat out and this seat out, you can do that too and turn it into just a giant cargo van. Do you have a bunch of relatives visiting at home? Maybe you want to go to the park, you want to go to the restaurant, you want to go to the baseball game? Well, guess what? You can all ride in one vehicle. You don't have to take 2 or 3 cars when you have a van like this. It's a lot more fun when you can all ride together and park in one parking spot. Are you guys starting to see my logic? Maybe half of you think I'm crazy, and maybe slightly less than half of you might start seeing my logic here. Obviously, the Transit van was not designed to win any beauty contest, but I like its looks. It's very utilitarian. It's basically the way it looks is based on its function. A couple engines available. You can get a naturally aspirated 3.5-liter V6. It pumps out about 270 horsepower. This has the optional EcoBoost V6. That gives you 315 horsepower and makes this thing pretty quick. That's actually really quick for a big van. You'd be surprised how quick it is. And that's matched to a 10-speed automatic transmission. These seats might not look exotic, but they provide all-day comfort. I know, I've done it myself. I've done, 5-hour road trips down to the Oregon coast. I don't get sore spots. There's other cars, like if I drive in a sedan for a couple hours, I start to get back pain, I start to get sore and stuff like that. I have a Tesla, and those seats are very comfortable, but after 2 or 3 hours, I start to get sore. You have a nice upright seating position, a lot of padding in the seat. You have great visibility. This is a vehicle that provides all-day comfort. And the thing is, a lot of these transit vans, they're work vans, they're cargo vans. These are people's mobile offices. Ford, they're experts on these things. They want to make these things comfortable for people to drive all day in them. And when they're done with their work day, you don't feel beat up. You can go home. Your ears aren't ringing from being in a loud vehicle. You don't have a headache. You don't feel as stressed out. And you have just this amazing panoramic view around you. You have excellent visibility. This thing's very easy to park and maneuver, even more so that this one has an around view camera and a backup camera. Mine just has a little backup camera. Look at the size of the screen. For 2023, they normally had an 8-inch screen. Now that an 8-inch screen is replaced by this giant 12-inch screen, you have navigation that's standard now. Plenty of connectivity, USB-C, 12-volt outlets, cup holders everywhere. These mirrors are fantastic. It's not that hard to park and maneuver this thing. Like I said, it's just as easier. In my opinion, it's easier than driving a pickup truck. You have better visibility than a Ford F-150. The Ford F-150 has this big hood that goes out there. You don't know what's in front of you. You have a little snub nose on this thing. You see all around you. You have amazing visibility. You just have a commanding view all around you. I can't say enough good things about these transit vans. And yeah, maybe it might be a little bit of a different decision for some people, but hey, these things are great values. If you look on the pre-owned market, obviously you can buy new ones. We sell brand new ones, but a lot of rental companies buy these things and then they retire them and they put them up for sale. I bought this one from, I think, Budget. It has 55,000 miles, but it's in really nice shape. For what you pay for one of these things versus, look how expensive like Honda Odysseys and Toyota Siennas are. For what you get, or even pickup trucks. Pickup trucks command a lot of money. You can get these things for, if you compare these, apples to apples for, mileage and year to pickup trucks and full-size SUVs, this is a lot of bang for your buck. And this has a lot more space than a pickup truck with the seats taken out. And it has a lot more seating capacity than a minivan. You can seat up to 12 in this one, or you can get one with another row of seats that seats up to 15. And this thing can handle a lot of weight. 12 people, they weigh a lot. This thing is a true 1-ton vehicle, but it drives like a big minivan. Well, obviously this isn't the perfect vehicle for everybody, but I think maybe a lot of people might realize, wow, a transit van might be something to look at if I need a lot of seating capacity and I need to carry a lot of cargo. And the thing is I have a band. That's one of the reasons why I have a van. I use it for all the other things I've talked about, but hauling band equipment and band members, this thing's perfect. I can take some seats out and then I still have space to, take my whole band in tow. When you have a minivan and you load it up with people and you load up with cargo, you can see the suspensions, starting to squat. It can be dangerous. I actually had some band members in his Odyssey packed with people and equipment. They were driving on 167 at night. It was rainy out. They hit a dip in the road and then the car started going like that and they ended up spinning out. Luckily they were fine. Good driving on Rod's part, our guitarist at the time. But when you have a van like this, it's not going to be overloaded. This is a 350 van. You can pack this thing with people and cargo and it's not going to break a sweat. Where other, non-commercial vehicles are going to be working harder and breathing a little bit harder, and that could be a little bit less safe. I mean, it's going to, your braking, it's going to be compromised, your suspension's going to be compromised. This is designed to be a commercial vehicle. It wasn't designed for you or me to use it as a personal vehicle, but it also works great for that as well, as you can see. Well, there you go. Not too many people might have thought about buying a low-roof 12-passenger van aside from a church or a charity or a business or a school or a daycare, but maybe a light bulb's going off, and maybe for a lot of people with a couple of kids and bands, active lifestyles, big extended families, side businesses, side hustles, this thing would be perfect. My name is Joe from Scarff Ford. We've been in business since 1922, over 100 years. We sell new Fords, new Isuzus, and a very wide variety of vehicles, including lots of new and pre-owned transit vans, passenger and cargo. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.